Well, you may have given or received some gift cards this Christmas. If so, listen up.
Yeah, gift cards can be the perfect present, but not if the card is empty when the recipient goes to use it.
Good point.
On your sides, Christine Lazar here now with a look at how thieves are stealing your gift card balances.
Yeah, it's actually pretty easy for them to do.
Ooh.
And when I set out to do this story, I thought to myself, are we showing the thieves how to do it? No,
Right.
Look, folks, they already know how to do it.
They do.
But we as the consumer need to know how they're doing it so that we can better protect ourselves. Because look, it's happening. Pretty much everybody I know has experienced some sort of gift fraud. Either they've given a card that was drained or they've received one.
Janice Hahn, supervisor, I believe she was the latest one last week.
Last week, we interviewed her because
Yeah.
it happened to her, and she wants retailers to do more. In fact, a lot of people want them to. Last year alone, nearly 65,000 consumers were swindled out of more than $228 million in gift card scams. That's according to the FTC. And the BBB has seen a 50% spike in people reporting gift card fraud. Despite how common it's become, victims are often left with little to no recourse.
To me, it's like any other product. You would think that if the store is selling them, then they stand behind them.
Last month, Joel Solomon's wife bought a Sephora gift card at CVS in Hollywood. And when their friend went to use it, it was empty.
When we went back to the retailer to tell them what happened and we understood it was a mistake, they informed us that this happened and that they're sold through a third party, and that unfortunately there was nothing they could do.
Everybody's finger pointing and no one's helping the consumer.
William Caput is a cybersecurity expert. He showed us just how vulnerable gift cards can be. How easy is it for thieves to steal the money right off your gift card?
Extremely easy. Very low level of effort required to do it.
Using items purchased on Amazon and found in your bathroom, thieves are able to steal the value of your gift card without it ever leaving your wallet.
So if you ever play the lottery, imagine if every time you play you win something between $10 to $500, depending on what the value of that card is. A lot of people would play that game.
Caput says thieves will swipe a stack of gift cards from a display. If the card has a magnetic strip, scammers can write that card's information to a dummy card with a machine easily purchased online. If the card doesn't have a mag strip, thieves will simply write down the numbers and wait for someone to activate the card. A PIN isn't problematic because they'll scratch off the security seal and then replace it with a new one they bought online for a few dollars.
Once the card's activated, they can go online and just check.
If the card comes sealed in packaging, Caput showed us how thieves will use a hairdryer to loosen the adhesive.
Apply some heat. The security seal is still there. Looks completely like it's never been opened. One of these has been opened. Can you tell which one?
No. Caput pulled up stolen gift cards for sale on the dark web. A $200 Apple gift card for just $60. An Amazon gift card worth anywhere from $500 to $1,500 for $129. So these people are actually buying stolen gift cards and gifting them to other people?
Or using them to basically make purchases for themselves.
There's even buyer protection on this dark website. So if the stolen card is no good, you can get your money back. But the same cannot be said for the victim. So the consumer is essentially left the loser. The retailer still gets the money. The thief gets the money, and they get nothing.
Yeah, the retailer gets paid either way. So there's no incentive for the retailer to do the right thing.
But there are things you, as the consumer, can do to protect your purchase. Caput recommends buying gift cards online through the retailer directly. Once the card is activated, use it right away. Look for cards that have a more secure seal.
So it's got like tamper-proof sealing around the side. It's got this reflective sticker that if you tear it open and try and reseal it, it's going to show that it's been opened.
Finally, Caput recommends buying an e-gift card that is delivered directly to one's cell phone or email. Caput says retailers also need to do more.
They could secure the cards. They could do a chain of custody from when they're manufactured to when they're put up on a rack. They could put the rack behind a counter.
Why do you think retailers aren't doing that?
There's no incentive for them to do that. The cheaper they manufacture the cards, the more money that goes to their bottom line. And why would they spend money when they don't have to?
Very true. We did reach out to CVS and they sent us a statement saying in part that gift card scams are a challenge to all retailers and it takes several steps to protect its gift cards in store, and it does have signs warning consumers about gift card scams. But when I pressed whether they plan to lock up those gift cards, I was told by CVS that they don't discuss their security measures. But as of now, they are not locked up. And I did check for you guys because we were talking about this in the last hour. Though federal law says gift cards have to be good for at least 5 years, California law says it is illegal to sell a gift card with an expiration date.
Oh.
Thank you, California.
Yes. So very consumer
So
friendly.
dig out those old gift cards.
Right. In short, for people who want to buy a gift card, let's say the moms watching or the grandmas who aren't very technical savvy, what do you recommend? Is it the digital gift cards?
I would say the digital gift card,
Okay.
and they're really easy to do. Like with Target, you can put in someone's cell phone, always double check, make sure you have the right cell phone or
Right.
their email, and it's delivered right to them. You can also time it. So if you want to buy it ahead of a birthday or ahead of Christmas, you can say what day you want it to be delivered. And with that, there's nothing that the thieves can take, right?
And just give them a printed receipt or something so they have a physical gift?
Or yeah, you could do that. Or like I do it all the time for kids' birthday parties, and it just pops up on the mom's cell phone, and she says, you know, Jimmy, here you go.
There you go.
Christine and family sent you
Happy
a gift
birthday,
card
Jimmy.
that will actually be there. And as we were
Right.
mentioning, gift card fraud probably underreported, because if you get a card and it's empty, do you really want to go back to the person who gave it to you and say,
Right.
oh, there was nothing on my gift card, which means, you know, it's probably happening more than we think.
Oh.
Right. Okay.